When I get a prompt, I like to think about the subject and see where my fancy takes me. A lot of times, the first or the second idea one has is the most obvious, but it's not always the juiciest or the one that resonates. And so I find often that if I do a bit of research and then walk away and let those ideas germinate, I come up with something that's really more lustrous for me, and also usually a little bit more personally relevant. When I wrote the play in 1997, I had no idea that it would become a film. It was a great joy adapting it, and I found Jeremy Solderbeck to be the perfect partner. He understood my humor, my nuance, and everything it would take. Unfortunately, the oven mitts became a source of contention. As Jeremy and I discussed it, we realized that there were really two worlds happening here. The theatrical, in which the oven mitts are simply accepted as the reality du jour, and the film world, in which an audience would ask, why oven mitts? Must they be oven mitts? I said, would it help if they were sequined to match her gown? He said, could they be smaller? Could they be boxing gloves? Could they be a more overt metaphor? So we tussled with that a bit. It didn't come to blows, I'm happy to say. But there was a notable distinction between my first theatrical conceit and what we ended up with. If I had to reach back 15 years and pick the moment that I was inspired by the topic, I would say it happened pretty quickly. I remember reaching towards the works of Noel Coward as my inspiration. I felt that the sexual underpinnings could best be covered up gently by the words of Noel, and he's an inspiration of mine. And from there it was fairly simple. I mixed a cocktail, wrote for 4 days, and turned in a draft. Writing for the film, I had much more time and changed surprisingly very little of the actual dialogue. We did change biscuits to nibbles because we felt that it was a little less English. And I believe we changed the color of the suspenders from red to black. Why we did that, I really have no idea.